everyone, welcome back to the Library of Parthos. My name is Sarah and today is another unboxing video. I don't usually like to do 2 unboxing videos in a row, but it has been a week, a couple of weeks with so much going on, and the book that I just finished I absolutely loved, and I wanted to just make sure that I took the time to give it the respect and the credit it deserves. So I'm gonna hold off on that for next week. So here we go. We are unboxing 2 weeks in a row. We are unboxing Owlcrate and Illumicrate for the month of March. I have, of course, the spoiler cards here. This week there are no damaged boxes. Nothing has been rain soaked, so everything is readable, and it should be a very very easy unboxing process. So let's go ahead and get started. As always, I know we changed it up last time, but we are going to start with Owlcrate this time. The theme is secrets and masks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first item. First up, very fitting for the weather that I've been experiencing in the Northeast over the past couple of days. We've got a little bit of every season going on here. This is a Spirited Away umbrella. Super cute. I've not seen Spirited Away, though it is high on my list of movies that I need to watch, and I'm not going to open this up in here, but it does look like a very standard umbrella. Nothing crazy going on here. I'm definitely in need of another umbrella with all of the rain and snow and other things that have been happening outside. Next up, we have this reusable snack bag inspired by the very secret society of irregular witches. This is just a silicone, I guess is this material? I'm not really sure. Silicone, I think. On the front it says it's not always enough to go looking for the place we belong. Sometimes we need to make that place. It does say that it is dishwasher safe, microwave safe, though I don't think I would microwave this. And just like a regular like Ziploc style bag, it does seal, which is really nice. So, I mean, it for the most part it stays closed. Like, I do have to put some effort into it to open it up, but I think that's a nice reusable bag. I am trying to move away from single-use plastic as much as possible, so I do have a set of these that I think I got on Amazon, so this will be a nice addition to the collection. This next item, when I saw it, I was so excited about it because I thought it would be the perfect thing to hang on the door into this room, and that is this dragon-inspired sign. It says, "Here be dragons, go away, I'm reading." Perfect. I feel like I just want to wear this around my neck and like show people not to bother me when I'm reading. So I am thinking about hanging this on my door, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see where it ends up. The next item is this really cool journal inspired by a study in drowning. That's a book that I got a copy of in both Owlcrate and Illumicrate earlier this year, and it's been on my list. I keep looking at it, I keep seeing references to it on Instagram, so I think that's one that I'm gonna have to bump up on my list and get to in the near future. So this journal is super pretty. It says survival is bravery too, and then it's just blank paper, so you could probably even use it as like a sketchbook of sorts. So add that to my ever-growing stationery collection. Of course, as I'm sure you are aware of, Owlcrate this year is doing the Perfect Pairings pin collection, and of course we have one this month. This is inspired by the Shades of Magic trilogy by V.E. Schwab, and last time we were kind of unsure, is it the standard that they slide apart and together easily, or is it a little bit more challenging? So this one seems to be a little more challenging. So I think it was just a stroke of luck that I got an easy to manipulate pin last time. This one's not too bad, but it seems like if I'm not lined up perfectly, it is a little difficult to maneuver. I've not read The Shades of Magic, but I did really enjoy Gallant by V.E. Schwab that I read, and again, she's an author that I'm aware of. I need to get to her other works. It's just a matter of when. This is The Last Blood Carver by Vanessa Lee. Take a look at this gorgeous cover. We've got the sprayed edges on the side. Let's take a look. The dust jacket probably has some artwork on it, and I was right, it does. So here is the inside of the dust jacket. The outside is really pretty too. Without the dust jacket, we have the Heartstooth on the front, and then on the back it says they all wore masks, but he'd taken his off for her. Art on the inside, of course. I don't want to look. Such a pretty story, and this is so interesting. So as I was just kind of flipping through the book quickly to see if there's anything else worth pointing out, it does have a ribbon bookmark in it, which is nice, but at the end there is a copy of an annotated chapter from the author, which is really cool, so we can see all of her notes as she was writing. So that's a really neat addition to this copy. Let's take a look at the summary on the spoiler card to see what this book is going to be about. By just the cover art, I am very intrigued. So this says that this is a Vietnamese-inspired fantasy in a city dwelling with evil. In The Last Blood Carver, we meet Nika, who can alter human biology just by touching them. After getting caught using her powers, she's taken to heal the witness of the murder of an aristocratic family member and is pushed into figuring out where her loyalties lie to protect herself and the ones she loves. So that sounds like a really interesting concept. Usually I get a lot of reading done in January just because it's super cold, there's not a ton to do, everything kind of slows down a little bit, and I just want to be warm in my pajamas under a blanket reading a book. That usually happens. I think the other time I get a lot of reading done is over the summer because I travel a lot more, and so on those long plane rides I do just try to hunker down and get through an entire book. So at this point I am really looking forward to June, July, and August where I have some travel planned, and hopefully I can get through some of my TBR a little bit faster than I've been doing. So fingers crossed that'll happen. That's everything in Owlcrate for the month of March, so let's go ahead and take a look at Illumicrate. So the theme for Illumicrate for March is Fantasea, S-E-A at the end. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first item. First up, we have the Mythical Sea Creatures book pot. It's been a while since we've had a book pot, and I really like the color on this one, so I'm excited to add it to my shelf of book pots that I don't have anything in right now. So we have Legends of Mythical Sea Creatures on the front. The spine, same thing, and then it just lists the Kraken, mermaids, and Leviathan, and on the back it says Tales from the Deepest Depths of the Ocean. So still don't really have a use for these. I like them. I like having them out displayed. Maybe someday I'll figure out what to do with them. Keeping with the ocean theme, we have the Kraken in the Deep book cover. I think I'm holding this the right way. Yeah. So these are really nice, especially when traveling, because if I want to travel with a hardcover book, I don't want the dust jacket to be ruined. This does a nice job of keeping it safe inside my suitcase. It does latch over the button. The only issue I've run into with these is there are quite a few books that are too small and also too big. So you have to find the book that's the perfect size to fit in here. But when you do, they're a really nice touch. Next up, we have these sticky notes inspired by In Deeper Waters. So these are not like paper. They're more of like a transparent type of like frosted paper, if that makes any sense. And there is a note on here that says just to be careful if you're using these in books with annotations on them, just to be careful that the ink doesn't smear, and also when you're taking them off that you don't, pull off any of the ink on the page as well. And it does say that the best way to write on these is with a ballpoint pen. So these are really interesting. The top one says, "Your magic is wonderful, I'll remember you." And actually the bottom one says the same thing. It's just a different print on the side. So these are really cool. I do like that they're transparent, or translucent is probably a better description. So I'll kind of have to do some testing with these and see what situations and what specific pens work best with them. Last up, we have the book for this month. I do have to say I read a little synopsis of this book on the author's Instagram, and I am really excited about this concept. So this is Fathomfolk by Eliza Chan. The outside is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I love all the gold. That's probably like my favorite thing, which is weird because I don't wear a lot of gold, but whenever book covers have gold on them, I get real excited. So, of course, nothing on the dust jacket, but there is some art on the inside. We got that. And then the back is the same thing. Let's go ahead and take let's go ahead and take a look at the synopsis of this book. So this says, welcome to Tiankawi. I'm not sure if that pronunciation is correct. Shining pearl of human civilization and a safe haven for those fleeing civil unrest. Or at least that's how it first appears. But in the semi-flooded city, humans are quite literally on top, peering down from shining towers and aerial walkways on the Fathomfolk, sirens, sea witches, kelpies, and kappas who live in the polluted waters below. For half-siren Mira, promotion to captain of the border guard means an opportunity to help her downtrodden people. But if earning the trust and respect of her human colleagues wasn't hard enough, everything Mira has worked towards is put in jeopardy when Nami, a know-it-all water dragon, Fathomfolk royalty, is exiled to the city. When extremists sabotage the annual boat race, violence erupts, as does the clampdown on Fathomfolk rights. Both Nami and Mira must decide if the cost of change is worth paying or if Tiankawa should be left to drown. Well, I'll just put in a shameless plug for the podcast that I have with my cousin Sam, Foreign and Familiar, where we talk about movies, books, shows, travel. Usually one of us is familiar with a topic and we introduce it to the other who is foreign to that topic and have a discussion. We are currently in season 2 of our podcast. Episodes release every Tuesday right around 5 a.m. Eastern time. So anyway, in that podcast, I have become like the expert on boat racing rules, even though I know nothing about boat racing rules. But if something looks sketchy, like that probably wouldn't happen in real life, I am happy to comment on it. So the fact that there's a boat race in this book, I'm really excited to see if I have any problems with the rules of that boat race. So definitely need to get to this one soon. Maybe it'll make an appearance on the podcast as well. So that is everything in Owlcrate and Illumicrate for the month of March. Thank you so much for unboxing with me. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!